Hari Om. Thank you. Is there mic, Sharva? Okay. Yeah. Whoever has not introduced yourself as yet, I would like you to tell your name and where you come from, or anything that you would like to tell about yourself.
Dhananjay Samudralwar from Lansdale, Pennsylvania.
Hari Om, Karuna Samudralwar from Lansdale, Pennsylvania. We have been attending these camps, enjoyable camps.
Wonderful.
All the time.
Very
Thank
nice.
Hari Om, Sundar from Bensalem, Pennsylvania. This is the first time that we are attending this camp here, but we have been visiting the temple quite often.
How is the camp experience so far?
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Hari Om everyone, I'm Gayatri. I'm from Bensalem, Pennsylvania. First time camping here, but been here to the temple many years we've been coming. But,
Very nice.
But we really enjoy the camp, and thanks.
Hari Om. My name is Soman. I'm from Syracuse, New York.
Soman?
Soman.
Soman.
Yeah.
Hari Om. I'm Seema. Yeah, we've been studying I am what I'm saying, I'm Seema. Now I'm being conscious about it too. So I'm also from Syracuse, New York. This is my son. This is our first time to the camp and to the temple. So
Wow. How is it so far?
It's more than I had imagined. So.
How is it for you, Soman?
Really good. Thank you.
I'm hoping Som will get something out of it. He's always so busy in his head. So.
Hi, I'm Rajita. We're from Rockville, Maryland.
Hari Om everyone, Srinath Nampalli, Rockville, Maryland. So my wife's parents have been coming here for a long time. They're life patrons, and then we've been coming here for last, give and take, 20 years. First time campers, but we've been bringing our kids also. So they are in the children's camp today.
Very nice.
Hari Om, Swamiji.
Where?
Here.
Okay.
My name is Padmanabha Prabhu. I'm from New Jersey.
Welcome.
Hari Om Swamiji here. Jagannathan from Sugarland, Texas.
Okay. Do you have a lot of sweets in Sugarland? Sugar cane.
Hari Om Swamiji. This is Karthik Muthukrishnan. I'm from near Boston, town called Acton. And this is my second time here in this ashram.
Okay. I've been to Acton.
You have? Okay. Thank you.
I'm Janaki. Hari Om Swamiji. I'm Janaki from Boston as well, suburbs, Stoughton. Yeah, we have been here many times, so it's always a great experience.
Very nice. One or two more and we will have.
Hari Om Swamiji. I'm Ravi Nagarkar, my wife Alka Nagarkar. We have been here for the first time.
Okay.
My son, daughter-in-law, my grandkids, they come very often here.
Very nice. How is it for you this time? I mean, first time.
Wonderful.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 We'll have one more bhajan. Famous bhajan, but original version. Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram, Patita Pavan Sita Ram. सुंदर विग्रह मेघ श्याम. गंगा तुलसी सालग्राम. सुंदर विग्रह मेघ श्याम. गंगा तुलसी सालग्राम. रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम. You can clap. Bhadragirishwar Sitaram. Bhagat Jana Priya Sitaram. Bhadragirishwar Sitaram. भगत जन प्रिय सीताराम. Together, Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram, Patita Pavan Sitaram. Janaki Ramana Sitaram. जय जय राघव सीताराम. जानकी रमणा सीताराम. जय जय राघव सीताराम. रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम, पतित पावन सीताराम, पतित पावन सीताराम। साहित्य संगीत कला विहीनः साक्षात् पशुः पुच्छ विषाणहीनः. There is a Sanskrit subhashita. That means one who doesn't have sahitya, literature, Sangeeta, music, Kala, arts, one who doesn't have any of these elements in their life is like a cow or animal without a tail and horn. It'll seem incomplete without those. So life would be incomplete if you do not have sense of aesthetics, sense of beauty, sense of music, sense of art in your life, because it's a beautiful carrier that ancients have devised, not only in Sanatana Dharma, across cultures, to give values, meaning, teachings, goodness into our lives through these modes of bhajans, songs, poems, visual arts, Bharatanatyam, dance, anything it could be. So they have so much to offer. So it's always nice to engage with music and art because it relaxes you and also you gain something through that experience and engagement. Some questions before that. Today is Guru Tegh Bahadur's Martyrdom Day. So 9th Sikh Guru gave his life. King Aurangzeb gave orders to behead him because Guruji supported a big number of Pandits and stood up for the protection of Hindu Sanatana Dharma, and those who stood for Dharma had a very, very bad fate in the Mughal rule. And he was given an option to perform a miracle in the court of Aurangzeb, or get converted to Islam, or face death penalty. So he chose with all bravery to stand up for what he believes in, to protect Sanatana Dharmis. And in Chandni Chowk in Delhi, he was beheaded, and it is such an important day to remember these great Mahatmas, their teachings that they have given in Bharatavarsha, in Sanatana Dharma and in the Sikh Dharma. Very, very nice to read about his teachings and his life. Yeah. Some questions. Turiyam. You mentioned when talking about Atma. Please clarify and elaborate. Never heard this concept before. Turiyam chaturtham manyante. So the expression Turiya is coming from Mandukya Upanishad, one of the main Upanishads studied, or one of the main Upanishads, because Adi Shankaracharya has given commentary about Mandukya Upanishad. So Turiya is another name for Atma, another designation or name for Atma. What it essentially means, as I explained a bit, that which is present in all three states. What is that? That which is, and you're aware of that principle, that is you. You are, and you are aware of your existence. And this awareness is in Jagrat Avastha. Jagrat means waking. Throughout your waking stage, you're aware that you are. Are you there? What would be your answer? Yes, you are. So in dream, you are. In deep sleep, you are. And that which is ever present, avasthatraya sakshi, that which is ever present in all three states, gets the name Turiya, a technical word used in Mandukya Upanishad. So wherever you see Turiya, you can, in mind, you can translate it as Atma. Namaskaram Swamiji, this is Karthik from Boston. Really enjoyed and learned from your thoughts on Pratasmaranam. However, in the last 3 minutes, when you explained how to connect with yourself in the morning to realize Satchit Sukham, I dozed off. Apologies. Could you please explain? This is a difficult situation. So once, one student was very properly, very religiously attending Swami Paramananda ji, one of senior disciples of Pujya Swamiji's classes in Chennai, and she had a guest in her home. So she's all the time used to attending evening classes, and this guest has come now, and she's wondering what to do. Now the guest has come, I don't want to miss the class, but at the same time, Atiti Devo Bhava, I have to be with the guest also, how to handle this situation. So she said, hey, I go to this wonderful Bhagavad Gita classes, Vedanta classes with Swamiji. Would you like to come and join me in the evening? So the friend who is visiting, she said, okay, fine, I will come. She came, she was sitting in the Vedanta class. After the class, she went to Swamiji, she went to Swami Paramananda, and she said, Swamiji, you have some power, really. Swamiji said, I teach Vedanta. Then she told Swamiji, no, Swamiji, I have insomnia for so long. I am on medication. This is the first time I dozed off. I had such a great sleep in, in your lecture. There is something in you. So I hope it is not that situation. You are. It's first-person experience. You don't need any proof to establish that you are and you are aware of it. Do you have to establish this fact? It is self-evident. Swata siddha. You know that you are. And now, what I was talking is Satchit, Sat, easiness, that you are, existence, and you're aware of it, Chit, conscious of it. And now, how to appreciate Sukham? I brought in Chandogya Upanishad, which inquires into, in Bhuma Vidya chapter, the Upanishad inquires, what is Sukham? And the Upanishad inquires and comes to the conclusion, Yadalpam tanna bhuma, what is limited can never be Brahman or never be true joy or happiness. What is limited can never be permanent happiness. You can write it down if you. And now examine your whole experiences. What is limited in space and time can never be the source of lasting peace or happiness. Apply it to anything. Any object, you think that this is the cause for my joy, and now examine this. Is it limited or unlimited? This thing is limited in time. It was born on a certain date, and any time it can break. So as long as it is there, you're engaging with it. But when it goes, the very object can become a source of sorrow or unhappiness for you. Or it is here, and I cannot carry it to Boston, so it will remain in Pennsylvania, so limited in space, so it cannot be available to you all the time in all the places. So very object which is a source of joy for you in one occasion, can become source of unhappiness in another occasion. So limited. Every object you examine, its nature, it is limited. Can never be source of permanent peace and happiness. So what is then real source of happiness? What is that happiness? That happiness is limitlessness alone. Limitless alone. So now having examined each and every experience, object, person, situation in the world, now pay attention to one thing that we have not paid attention to. This existence, which is consciousness also, conscious existence. Does it have any limit? Does it have any shape? Does it have any configuration? Can it be here now and also next moment, next day? Is it available in all three periods of time? Another way Vedanta inquires is this object available to you in all three periods of time? If not, it becomes limited. Only in Jagrat Avastha I can engage with it. So, the only source, only thing left would be this conscious presence, and see if it is limited or unlimited, limitless. And as you inquire, you have further more clarity and appreciation that it is limitless, thus Ananda, happiness, the real source. So that is Satchit Sukham Paramahamsa Gatim. That is what Paramahamsas are after. If consciousness is a subjective, realize then what is collective consciousness, or sorry, I'm unable to read the handwriting. Okay, we can stay with here. If consciousness is a subjective element, then what is collective consciousness? Can an individual affect the collective? See, we have the term collective consciousness. Even psychology has the term collective consciousness. But in Vedanta, when we use the term or the word consciousness, we are not using in terms of a psychology connotation of collective consciousness or collective experiences. What is the psychological model of collective consciousness? There is an underlying psyche, there is an underlying experience of the past which an entire race may share or entire humanity may have. So that model becomes collective consciousness. But here in Vedanta, what we are referring to as Sat Chit, conscious existence or consciousness as such, even though you may feel it is a subjective individual experience, but then as we inquire further and further, we come to appreciate that this is not just my individual experience limited in time and space. This is Brahma. What I am calling as Atma is not limited, it is Brahman. It is limitless whole. Its nature is not individualistic or located in a particular body, time and space. It is the very basis of time and space. It is the most fundamental principle. So in that sense, for us, consciousness is not a subjective experience. It is the basis of all experiences. It is like the sea in which the waves of experiences come and go. So what is the very basis of all waves? Water. So consciousness is like that of water. It is not individual water in the ocean, very fundamental, in which individual experiences come and merge back into the whole. That's how the way it is. Am I clear? Do you want any further clarification, the questioner? Advaita asserts there is only Ishwara. But then we see a world with many names and forms. Being one of the names and form, how can we elevate up to see nothing but the Ishwara? Advaita asserts there is only one Ishwara. So, this has to be understood. We will examine it. You have written Advaita asserts there is only one Ishwara. Yes, Advaita doesn't assert. Advaita gives you this pointer. Hey, look. Ishavasyam idam sarvam. There is, look around, there seems to be one power. Ishwara. How do you understand the word? Ishwara, if you literally translate, means higher power. Higher power. Hey, look around. There seems to be one higher power and many manifestations of that one higher power. Of course, there is one higher power, and say in our example, electricity, and that electricity is expressing as light energy, and that electricity is expressing as a sound energy, and that electricity is manifesting as heat energy. It is still one. It is still not many. But from first level of observation, when you look at light seems different, heat energy seems different, sound energy seems different. That's how when we observe the world, in the first line of thought or superficially, of course, Dvaita is the conclusion that we all come about. Nothing wrong with it. Somewhere we start, somewhere is the starting point. But you observe further, is it all coming from a higher source? And is that source many or one? You come to appreciate it is coming from one source. So similarly, in the world of many names and forms, if we keep inquiring what is the basis of all these manifestations, it is all coming from one higher power, manifesting itself in many names and forms. So how can we elevate up to see that there is nothing but Ishwara? So you do not have to destroy forms, or you do not have to distance yourself from forms, nothing. In spite of the joyful and the harsh, simple, subtle waves, you can appreciate water then and there. You do not have to eliminate waves in order to appreciate water. You can still engage with the waves and appreciate water. Isn't it so? And that appreciation is cognitive. You come to understand, you have this understanding to see the underlying oneness, so the underlying power. Then you recognize that all that is here is Ishwara, one higher power, manifesting as many. But there is a catch. Always one may get lost in the many. So always with the backing of this cognitive understanding, this wisdom, you engage with the world, so you are never lost. So this is like floats. You know, this understanding is like the floats that you wear and you plunge into swimming pool. You will never get drowned. But without that, you just jump into it. There are all chances that you try to swim, you float, you drown. All possibilities are there. So how does this Vedantic knowledge help me in practical living? That's one of the satsang questions we get all the time. This is how it empowers you, that you are untouched by names and forms. They are many. You engage as per your will, the way you want. If it is necessary, you engage. If you do not want, you do not engage. Always with the backing of this wisdom of underlying oneness. Underlying oneness. So that is appreciation of Ishwara, the higher power. How do you deal with egoistic people in your family? So, sannyasi doesn't have any one particular family. Very good, kiss the robes. But then, the world, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So I have only bigger and bigger family. Or, for everybody, for any of you, it could be a contextual question, how to deal with egoistic people in your family. The simplest and the best way is feed their ego. They'll be very happy. Very easy to operate. All the egoistic person wants is some more massaging of his ego. So give it that they're very, very attention seekers, wanting validation, wanting recognition, wanting attention. So give it. What's the big deal? What are you going to lose? Say some more things. If they say, I've done this and that and this, oh, amazing. Oh, I remember last year you did that also, right? Oh, my son is in Brown, my daughter is in Harvard. Oh, that's wonderful, amazing, what a parenting. So massage their ego a little bit more, so they'll be fine. They're like babies, child, wanting attention. So that's the best way of it. And then another way is, somewhere unknowingly also we try to change and address that situation. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You create more conflicts. So let them be, unless you are going to take appoint yourself as this teacher, Zen master who is going to break their ego. So you do not want to do that. So give them their place. See, in Rishikesh we have this expression, Duniya to bada vistar hai, sabke liye jagah hai. The world is a very big place. Duniya, the world is very big, and there is a place for everyone. So there is a place for everyone. There is a place for egoistic person, there's a person for humble person, there's a place for sannyasi, there's a place for grihastha, there's a place for divorcee, there's a place for brahmachari. Everybody has. It's a big world. So let them find their place. In your context, just massage their ego. Namaste Swamiji. What should a jignasu pray for? With what attitude bhavana as bhakta to Bhagavan as an Advaitin? What should a jignasu? Jignasu means jnatum ichcha jignasa. So one who is desirous of knowledge, wisdom. What should such a person's prayer be? So you just pray for the wisdom. So you pray for your wisdom and wisdom for the humanity. So that would be a jignasu's prayer. A jignasu has this understanding that in the world you cannot call all the shots. It cannot be win, win, win all the time. You gain something, you lose something. There is health at a period of time, there is illness at a particular time. There is profit, there is loss. There is appointment, there is disappointment. All of it are part of life. You cannot change it. Jignasu has this understanding. So this jignasu, this person, a seeker, is praying for wisdom. Wisdom for self-realization, self-knowledge. So jignasu would pray for knowledge. Jignasu would pray to have continued association with the Guru, continued association with the Bhagavad Gita, continued association with the Upanishads, continued opportunity and convenience in life to come to retreats like this so that we can nourish our spirituality. So that's the prayer for jignasu. And with what attitude bhavana as a bhakta to Bhagavan, as an Advaitin, how would you relate to? It's very simple. So what is devotion, or who is a devotee? One who is devoted to God, one who is devoted to Bhagavan. So one's understanding of Bhagavan keeps growing in life. Initially, you think the mother teaches the child, Bhagavan means this statue. this Murti. That's how we all start with. So devotion means what? Being devoted to that form. Being devoted to Krishna, being devoted to Hanuman, being devoted to Mataji. That's how our religious life in the formative years start. So as you explore Vedanta, you come to appreciate that Bhagavan, that God, is not limited to one name and form. It is higher power expressing itself as the Jagat itself. As the very Jagat, as the entire world, as entire earth. So your devotion is not only for a Murti, that is also valid, but not just that. You have expanded your horizon, you have expanded your thinking. Now your devotion is for every name and form in this earth. Your devotion is for a tree. Your devotion is for a plant. Harikeshebhyo namaha, Sri Rudram. So your devotion is for a tulsi plant. Devotion is for tree, for flower, for your children, for your family, for society, for humanity, for animals. So that is the bhavana, that's the attitude with which a bhakta, a jignasu bhakta would relate to the world. I wonder if all consciousness only come to earth or do they go to other planets? So consciousness, the first understanding is that you only you tend to understand it as only life principle, but then you understand that as you explore further, it is the fundamental principle. It is the base. It is the foundation. Whether Earth or Mars, it is the foundation. But that consciousness, which is the basis, is expressing itself as the Sakshi, as the witness in a human body, in your experience. So that manifestation of consciousness is there in this form that you are able to recognize. In that context, I'm thinking that you are asking, why is it only on Earth or is it there on other planets in Mars or Jupiter? In what you need to understand is consciousness is the basis for entire Jagat, not only Earth, Mars and Jupiter as well. So as this fundamental principle, it is everywhere, it is the basis for everything. What one should do with this knowledge? See, this question arises from capitalism, a very utilitarian approach. Kya karna hai? What do I do with it? What will it lead me to? Okay, I do all this, and okay, I go there. What will I get? I should study for what? To get a job. For what? Money. Okay, fine. So you always are looking for that kind of tangible utility value out of everything. So then you tend to ask this question, what should you do with this knowledge? It's just another piece of knowledge. Is it like that? No, it's not like that. So fundamentally becomes the cause for elimination of all ignorance and sorrow in your life. What do you do with such a knowledge now? You just want to appreciate it all the time. What do you do with Tylenol after your headache is gone? What do? Do you throw it away? Or do you consume more because it is so? What do you do with it? So you don't, I will complete the example in my way. You don't do anything, it is there. Maybe you will keep it for benefit of others. One difference between Tylenol and Advaita Vedanta is that the headache won't come again here. It is a permanent solution. It is the permanent elimination of ignorance and sorrow. You don't have to keep this knowledge for, okay, once I get dukkha again, I will use it. No need of that. the dukkha won't come again. Once it is gone, it is gone. Once the delusion goes, it doesn't come back. You got into delusion. In a semi-dark space, you saw a rope, and you mistook that rope to be snake, and you were afraid, but you put on the light, and in that light, now you have seen that rope as rope, not as snake. The snake is gone. Will it come back again now? It won't come back. So the role of this knowledge is to eliminate the dukkha in your life. And what do you do with this knowledge? If you want to keep it to give it to others, keep it. Otherwise you can do big namaskaram. Big namaskaram to it and then live your life. Do what is to be done. You have always this background understanding of the reality. And life goes on. Life goes on. We still have to live in this world. Yes, everybody has to live in this world only. With this knowledge or without this knowledge. So two options. You still live in this world with dukkha, with frustration, having all the things that you want, living life, practicing good professions, earning money, and still being dukkhi. That is option 1. Option 2, get this wisdom, be free from frustration, dukkha, pursue your profession, take care of your family, take care of the society, life goes on. So that's the game changer effect of this knowledge. How to stay positive in tough times? Hope and faith. Hope and faith, very important in our life. So it is difficult. The tendency of the mind is to only imagine worst case scenarios. Anything happens, the mind goes into this survival mode and keeps imagining worst case scenarios. The worst possible things that can happen, you keep on imagining. We never even give one thought of, okay, what if it gets solved? We never imagine that possibility. In times like this, it's very important to nourish hope and faith. Have people around you, trusted people around you. It could be guru, it could be mother, it could be father, it could be best friends who will help you restore hope and faith in you. So, I read this beautiful quote. Hope is the ability to see the music of the future. Hope is the ability to see the music of the future. Faith is the ability to dance to it today. Faith is the ability to dance to that music today. So have that. So world has vast possibilities. Things will work out. 10 years back you had many problems. Are they still there today? No, most of them are not. Spouse is still sitting next to me, but yet all those problems are handled. They're not there. Swamiji, we have new ones. Yeah, they're there. But what happened to the problems which were there 10 years ago? They're not there. So that's how nature of problems are also agama painaha. They come, they stay for some time, they go also. Or you learn the skill to handle it. Life strengthens you. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So you get the ability to handle it. So that is how to have that hope and faith in you, in yourself, and in the tall order of the universe, that things will be fine. So, and it has to be practiced in tough times especially. So having a good support system around you helps you a lot in situations like this. And most of the times we suffer silently. We need not do that. Reach out. And you will be surprised by the amount of warmth and help that you get from your close circle, trusted network. So that is very important in the tough times. Yes.
This question actually came from a kid.
Mike will come.
So, thank you for the wonderful explanation. This actually came from a small kid.
Mm-hmm.
How do we explain this to a elementary or middle schoolers? I mean, I think some of this probably makes more sense for an adult consumption.
Mm-hmm.
If we have to take this and then explain this back to kids,
Mm-hmm.
because even a kid has tough times, right? I think, so how do we explain this? Maybe bring it down a little bit and help us.
Yeah. When they're down in crisis or feeling low because of a loss, because of many factors in a child's life, what parents or elders can do is get them into an activity where they can hope and dream and have some faith. It could be a coloring exercise to tell them what you want to be when you grow up. What do you want for next birthday? What do you want for the next year? What are the things that you want in yourself? So that element is very much required. And unfortunately, so many times, modern education system or the way society is structured in 2023, humans are living as if there is no possibility of imagination, creative imagination. Of course, innovations are happening. But you see that dreamy zone that kids used to be with fairy tales and wonderful Puranic stories, wonderful ones. There are many difficult ones also. We don't want to engage with that. But nice narratives, possibilities, imaginations, that's just as if not there anymore. So nourish that side of them so that they have the power to imagine something beautiful for themselves. That will help them to come out of the crisis and in tough times.
Thank you.
What is the ego that is referred in Vedanta? The Sanskrit word or the Vedantic terminology for ego is ahankara, identifying the sense of I with the body, mind and sense complex. That is the ego. You have this I sense that we explored and established. I am and I am aware of my existence. Now, we appreciate that in the classroom, but as soon as we wear our shoes and slippers, then you associate that I with the body-mind sense complex. This gives rise to a phenomenon called ego. So there is an individual formed, there is a personality, there are likes, dislikes, all of it. That is what we call it as ego. Identification with the body, mind, sense complex is this phenomenon of ego. Because it is a phenomenon, it can be done away with. It is not an objective reality. If it were to be that, you can never fight it. The very fact that you can break and handle it is because it is a phantom, it's a phenomenon. What are some practical ways to apply or use the knowledge that I am Atma, the all-pervading Ishwara, while going through ups and downs of life? See, very beautifully you can engage with this wisdom. And as you gain further clarity in this wisdom, you won't even ask this question because it becomes a spontaneous attitude with which you engage with the world. So it's like standing on the seashore just at the right distance where waves come, waves go, and it doesn't touch you. So that would be the way you use this wisdom to engage with the world. Waves won't stop. It will always be there. Waves won't stop. Just because you came and attended the camp, wait for the conflict which is waiting at the home once you go back. Nothing changes in terms of physical reality sometimes, vyavaharika. But then, the way in which you approach life, the way in which your attitude is now transformed. Waves are going to be there but are not going to touch you, unaffected. You witness the whole world as if it's a show, as if it's a drama. So many of my friends ask me, Swamiji, you don't go for the movies now, do you miss it? Do you miss movies? I say, no, I don't have much time for the movies. I don't miss movies also, because I feel that I'm always watching a movie. I'm constantly in a movie. I'm always watching the movie of life. And if there are dreams, I'm watching this movie in the dream state too. So that's how your world is going to be. It is going to be, no denial of it. There are going to be ups, there are going to be downs, but then it's the same way you sit in the movie theater and watch and enjoy. Why? Because there is a distance, and you understand that this is not real. This is not real. So even then, if there is some terrible scene, you may take you may have a reaction, but the next moment you know that it is unreal. Or you go to the movie for the first time, you are twisting, turning, all these things, going by the emotions that are being portrayed on the screen. But your friend forces you to go to the same movie for the second time. You already know what is going to happen. Nothing will touch you on what is on the screen anymore. You are like a jnani sitting there, unaffected by romance, death, birth, fire, murder, arrest, because you know what is going to be the end already. So if you really look at life, life is same for I, you, everyone. Birth, death, hunger, some accomplishments, some tasks, some gains, some disease, some cure, some this thing. How different is life? Is same. I always say, this is my new quote. Life is same, lifestyles are different. Life is one and the same for everyone. What you see as difference is just lifestyles. Basic life is same. So you know that now with this inquiry of Vedanta, you come to appreciate and understand it's just same. And you know what is it, what was the starting point, what is the end point, birth, death, and few things in between. So you know that. So it's a very nice way to engage with life because you know it. But yet there are so many surprises in it too. So just as you engage with a movie, that's how you apply this knowledge in practical life. When I chant shlokams and I chant like Sahasranamam, Rudram, etc., who am I praying to? So you're praying to Ishwara, that higher power, through any chant, any prayers. That is one. That is how you chant and relate to through any prayers that you take up. Yeah, you are praying to that higher power, that basis for entire manifest universe. How do we achieve Paramananda state? What is the Jagrat Avastha? I think I have cleared what is Jagrat Avastha, is waking state. Paramananda or Mukti, Moksha, is not a state. It is your true nature. So our whole effort in Vedanta is make you realize that Paramananda or moksha is not a state, it's your very nature. You are free here and now. As long as you are associated with ego and think yourself as a limited identity, there can be no scope for permanent or absolute freedom. So you see, inquire into what this ego is, and then you transcend the ego, you come to recognize this limitless source of happiness is myself. It's here and now. And moksha is my very being. So that is the Paramananda state. It's not really a state, it's your very being, very nature. These are some big questions. I will reserve it for class or attend it tomorrow. Okay, I think except 2, all questions are answered. So today being Guru Tegh Bahadur's day of sacrifice, I'll sing a small composition from Sant Guru Nanak Dev Ji, which has a very beautiful meaning. It's called Sumiran Karle Mere Mana. So here, Sant Guru Nanak Dev Ji is asking us to pay attention to the real, to take to the sadhana of Harinama. So Nama, Jap, is a big, very, very big essential sadhana in the Sikh tradition. So he says, O mind, please take to this Jap. Do not be lazy. If you are lazy, life goes away right in front of you. The age goes away without your notice, and your life will be bland, your life will be dark. It will be like Kupa neer bina, dhenu kshir bina. It will be like a well, your life will be like a well without water. It will be like a cow which doesn't give milk. It will be like the night sky without stars and moon. Deha nain bina, it will be like a body without vision. It will be like Pandit without Veda. It will be like a temple without lamp. Your life will be so bland, your life will be so ironic if you do not have this japa. So this sadhana which helps you get connected with Sat. Satnam is the japa. So if you do not have that, your life will be false and meaningless. So that's how it's going to be.
जैसे तरुवर फल बिन ही
चंद्र वीणा देह नैन बिन ऋण चंद्र वीणा मंदिरा दीप बिना जैसे पंडित वेद विहीना जैसे पंडित वेद विहीना तैसे प्राणी हरिनाम बिना सुमिरन कर ले मेरे मना काम क्रोध मद लोभ निवारो काम क्रोध मद लोभ निवारो छाड़ दे सब संत जना कहे नानक सुनो भगवंता कहे नानक सुनो भगवंता या जग में कोई या जग में कोई नहीं अपना या जग में कोई नहीं अपना सुर मिल कर ले मेरे मन सुमिरन कर ले मेरे जाति उमर हरिनाम बिना सुमिरन कर ले मेरे मना मेरे मना या जग में कोई नहीं अपना very bitter reality of world sometimes to say that all these philosophical expressions you might have heard we come alone and we go back alone from this world that's a reality that we are aware of it in the background at the same time with understanding of fundamental realities of life we engage with the world because it is inevitable. We will end with a small meditation. I will chant the Nirvana Shatkam. Just close your eyes and then be with the chant. मनोबुद्ध्यहंकार चेतानि नाहं न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योम भूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् Chidanandarupaha Shivoham Shivoham. Those who know the chant, join me with the Shanti mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Slowly and gently, you may open your eyes. Shubham.